So, for the first one, we have, am I the asshole for laughing at an elderly man next to me in the hospital? I'm in a hospital, and there's this elderly man next to me on the bed. Well, basically, he has a lot of fluid in his stomach, and they are draining it. When the nurse came and moved the thingy in his hole, where he is poked, he started screaming. The nurse asked, does it hurt? And he said, it hurts, such a weird pain. And at this moment, I completely lost it. What does that mean? DK?
Don't know why.
I don't know why. It's just fucking tight wrong. I don't know why it is even that funny, but I laugh even now when I write this. Jesus Christ, bro. The word weird had the biggest effect on me. I tried to make it not so obvious that I'm laughing at this situation and eventually left the room. Right now, every time I look at him and see how poor and miserable he looks, I can't stop but giggling or laugh a little. I don't really understand what's going on, but it might be some coping mechanism as my condition is not great too. And well, I'm kind of depressed and also have been having some major health issues. This guy's like Evan. I can't explain my behavior. And also, I don't know if the man noticed my laughing. I tried to hide it, but I don't know. I just found it extremely funny and I didn't laugh for a long time. For a long time.
So what's the question here, Brendan?
Are they the asshole?
Oh, okay. Well, damn.
Okay, hot take here. Laughing initially, not that bad.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, no.
Continuing to laugh.
But then making a post being like, guys, this is the funniest shit to me. That's morbid. That's just fucked.
That is just awful.
This person doesn't sound like they have much regret. They're kind of like, man, why do I think this really morbid shit's really funny? like, guys, am I the asshole for thinking this is funny? Because I don't think I am.
Yeah, it's like clear because like I know everyone has a different way of like reacting to things, right? I laugh at things that I shouldn't laugh at, you know, because it's a coping mechanism. Continuing to laugh at it and then like your post just very much you describing that it's just so fucking funny to you and that you can't stop laughing at it makes me feel like it's more than just a coping mechanism and you just actually find enjoyment in this man's pain, which is really fucking weird.
Evil, it sounds like to me.
Reading the comments here, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I mean, they're just all saying, of course you're the asshole.
Well, yeah, no, the top comments like, of course you're the asshole, and then he says, he's like, I do have empathy for this man. I know he's in pain, and I said that I don't know why this made me laugh. I'm not a person who laughs at others' misfortune, but this happened. I never laugh at someone like that. Rarely even laugh, lol. And then it's like...
the lol and the rarely even laugh is really funny.
Like, bro, you just made a post talking about how you can't stop laughing at this.
You know what this sounds like? They sound like a Disney villain.
I think they're either dumb or like 8 years old. Because like the post also is almost nonsense. Like it's hard to read.
Is there anyone that said...
There's probably like one guy saying, yeah, not the asshole. I do this shit all the time.
Dude, I am going down... Wait, one person said it.
They basically said what you said though, but they're completely ignoring the other factor of this guy looks at a miserable person and just laughs. Like,
they're getting me fired up. I'm like actually angry now.
Dude,
thought it was
you're gonna
be
get
like
so much more pissed.
I thought I was gonna be like playing like the devil's advocate, but even trying to play the devil's advocate for that one was hard, and that's the first one.
You're not gonna be able to play devil's advocate for this one, I don't think. Am I the asshole for not wanting to play a game my girlfriend created? My 27 male, I'm presuming, because it doesn't say M or whatever, GF24 has been working on a visual novel game as a side project for almost 2 years and recently finished it. She wanted me to play it, but I initially declined since I'm not into visual novels or reading long stories. But after she begged, I gave it a try and played for a good 15 minutes. Now I can tell she put in a lot of effort in the writing and the art, and it was a good start, but I got tired of reading and stopped. She asked what I thought and wanted me to eventually finish it and tell her what I thought and the choices. God, use commas, bro. Tell her what I thought about the choices and the endings, but I told her I had no plans to. She looked shocked and asked if it was boring. Oh, there's the comma. I told her no. It's just that I'm just not into this type of genre, and she knows I'm not into reading, and she asked me to make an exception this time since she made it. I got upset because I think she's being childish and wants to blackmail me into doing something I don't wanna.
What? That is wild.
Wait, we have to finish. After I made it clear I wasn't continuing, she had to talk to me. I already know that she is talented and smart, so just because I don't want to play it doesn't mean I don't support her. Some of my friends agree she's being immature, but others think I should be more supportive. So am I the asshole? Undeniably.
Yes,
dude, what
absolutely
the fuck?
are. There is no way you took it as like her like wanting to attempt to blackmail you.
What the fuck?
That is a crazy thought train.
Also,
because okay, halfway through this, I was like, okay, maybe they're just not into it, and that's cool, and they're gonna be, and when she asks for feedback, he'll just be like, it's not my type of game, but it was great. But he's just a dick across the board. It's just being a dick. Why would you? And they've clearly been dating for a while, because he's known that she's been working on it for 2 years.
And like, bro, you're 27.
Yeah.
You cannot be sitting here being like, well, I don't like reading.
What the fuck?
Like, imagine if the roles were flipped, dude. You'd be so upset. Like,
No, absolutely. Yeah.
It is insane to me that this was like a post. Like, someone was like, am I the asshole, guys? I really just don't like reading, and I don't want to play my girlfriend's game that she worked, a really long time on. Like,
damn. I will say there is one guy saying not the asshole.
all right, what'd they say?
Basically, he just said, like, if you're being encouraging and supportive of her work, I don't think you're in the wrong here. The point is that you're not the target market for this game, so your feedback isn't really what she needs. She just finds beta testers who are into this kind of game for her feedback. But just the way he words this post is clearly him just not giving a fuck.
I think initially he was trying to be supportive, and then he realized that he didn't like it. But then he, like if he had stopped there, it would have been fine. But then he continued to then villainize
Calling
her,
it blackmail's crazy.
Yeah, and that's what makes him the asshole there.
Yeah, like
calling this emotional blackmail is crazy. You just feel guilty because you're being an asshole. Like, that's what this is.
It is genuinely all about presentation here. And like the last 2 posts have just been 2 people who like clearly make it very obvious that they're a douchebag just by the way they write.
No,
the things
it's
that
crazy. Like, people just like give themselves up like in these posts constantly
Yeah.
because they can't like avoid putting in snark into their goddamn
Exactly.
posts.
If he just wrote like she's working on a visual novel, she wanted me to play it, but I declined since I'm not like her target audience, or I didn't think I could give her good feedback, then that would be fine.
But she just wants to show you something that she made. Like, that's all
Yeah.
this is. Like,
I love this response. It says, break up with her and date someone you actually like.
real.
Which in reality, it's break up with her so she can date somebody
So
she likes.
yes, exactly.
Am I the asshole for showing up to therapy high? Context: I, 17-year-old female, occasionally smoke weed. Occasionally does not sound correct. My therapist knows this and doesn't think it's a problem until it becomes one, and has a rather liberal or chill views on weed.
What?
It says read,
Oh.
but they meant weed. I don't know how they did. But I went to a kickback and the day before my therapy session, and I ate an edible and showed up high the next day to my therapy session. I was pretty stoned, but not so out of it that I couldn't still have a productive session, and was still able to communicate my feelings. IMO even better than if I wasn't high. I was feeling a little guilty, so in the middle of the session, I confessed to my therapist I was high. She then got really mad and told me I wasted her time. Am I the asshole?
No, actually.
You don't think so?
So I think that the therapist is probably under the assumption that, oh, you're high, so you can't actually like express yourself correctly to me and tell me what's like wrong with you. But like this person knows that they're still expressing themselves even though they're high. So I think that the therapist wasn't an asshole. The therapist is just probably misinformed on weed. Maybe a little bit.
I disagree.
Really?
I feel like it was a dick move to show up high and like bring it up in the middle of a session. I think the therapist getting mad though is an overreaction, especially as a therapist who's supposed to like kind of be able to control themselves around their client. Like, you're supposed to be the
that's
rock.
fair.
So it's like they're kind of like both the asshole, but like they should have just canceled the session, especially since it was an edible from like the day before. Like,
That's true.
I'm gonna be real, gamers. I was just focusing on the fact that she took an edible a day before it was still high. She's weak, let me tell you.
No, bro, it's a thing, okay?
No,
It's a thing.
I know, because I've had it happen to me before. I was joking. It happens to me every time.
Yeah, you can't joke about that here. This is a safe place for weed
do
ingestible
too.
people.
Yeah, I mean, I think therapy is like a place where you're supposed to go to like tell somebody everything, and like if your therapist is clearly like under the impression that it's gonna go this way, you should tell them if something's different or off.
Yeah, this is a weird thing for a therapist to get upset about.
Like if you just sat down at the beginning of the session and was, well, so here's the thing. I honestly, what I think happened, and I think this person is just lying. I think what happened is they showed up high and they were not like capable of having a productive session.
Yeah, probably.
Because they claimed they did. I think they got halfway through the session, were realizing that like it wasn't going that well, and then they were like, I'm sorry, I'm high. And then their therapist was like, you're wasting our time. you know. Now the therapist starting to like yell, which
they didn't say yell,
and yeah,
they just said really mad. But like they could have just been frustrated, and then this person was like, they're really mad.
At the end of the day, like she's paying the therapist for the therapy.
Yeah, and a therapist is probably used to people coming in drugged up. Let's be real. That's why they're there.
So I'm not sure why the therapist was mad. I could see them being frustrated, like unless the person who was at therapy was just doing stupid shit and like just being frustrating.
Yeah, I feel like we're missing context from this.
There's clearly context missing, like especially because like I scrolled down a bit and the OP, they said like she raised her voice and told me I'm wasting her time, and then we ended the session. I'm trying not to be sensitive to it because to this point I feel like she's quite a good therapist. So if you feel like she's a really good therapist, then if she raised her voice and told you were wasting your time, feel like you being an inebriated individual at a therapy session is not aware or are not aware of what actually happened, and you did something that was silly. Pissed the therapist off.
The funniest reply is just, not the asshole. That's a weird thing to be upset about.
Oh my god, that's so funny.
But yeah, I feel like we're missing context here. It's like if they're totally okay with weed and they're liberal about it, I don't see why they would freak out. Yeah, we're missing context. Also, like really mad is like a total overstatement if they just raise their voice. That's just like them establishing that like, hey, you fucked up a little bit.
Well, also like not being honest with a therapist is kind of like stupid. Like you're going to therapy to tell them things. As long as you're not like admitting to murdering somebody, a therapist is not really gonna give a fuck, right? Like
yeah, that's what they're there for.
Their job is to be
Yeah, I'm gonna say kind of the asshole, but they're not full blown. But like
they're 17. They're 17. They're a child. They just need to learn how to have manners.
Also, don't do drugs. Don't do drugs.
Don't do drugs, guys. Do not take any drugs. And this is coming from 3 people who don't do drugs. Is that
right? Never, ever, ever.
We have never done drugs.
Nope, not at all.
Am I the asshole for calling a girl in my class a bitch? I have 15-year-old male, obviously. I was throwing a ball around in my class. I have ADHD. And it kept rolling to a girl's desk. She got annoyed and told me to get the ball away in a tone that I thought was very rude. Dude, you're being a little
He's already lost.
Yeah,
he's already lost. He's already lost.
You don't need background info. For background info, I never got along with this girl, and she's kind of a hot Cheeto girl that I find very obnoxious.
This is awesome. Keep writing.
I've had a history with getting into arguments with her since 8th grade. But anyways, I lost my temper and said, you don't have to be such a bitch. And then we got into an argument. Eventually, my teacher got involved because she could hear us arguing. She then starts calling me a racist and a weirdo and started making ship up. Not shit, just ship.
Of course.
Eventually, we were both pulled into the hallway, and Reven, then we still kept arguing with the teacher and was trying to mediate.
No, that says mediate.
Okay,
no,
I'm sorry.
That one was spelled right.
That one was spelled words. Eventually, I
apologize.
The education system has failed us.
Yeah.
Nah, brother, it's just failed you.
Dude, it says apologist.
Nah, dude.
Fuck you.
Nah, dude. That's a real word.
I apologize for calling her a bitch, and she hasn't apologized at all. So you got it right the second time. The teacher wrote a referral for me, and I don't know what she did with the other girl. I do feel bad for calling her a bitch, and feel I went overboard. But I feel like I didn't like how she talked to me.
How do you feel like you feel?
Yeah.
If you feel an emotion, you don't just like, I have a feeling that I feel this way.
Yeah.
It's more like I just feel this way.
Do you have spider senses or?
Yeah.
And then the accusation she made later. I really don't know what to think. No one else has commented on it, and the other classmates just saw it as drama. So am I the asshole? Yeah, I think it's kind of obvious. You were being annoying, and then someone asked you to stop being annoying, and then you're like, fuck you, I have ADHD, and you kept being annoying.
Having ADHD is not an excuse here.
Yeah, like other people in class have to focus, bro. You can't be like a distraction for people. Am I the asshole for trying to compliment my wife? Can't even compliment your wife anymore in this country. Short and sweet. I, 36 male, told my wife, 31 female, that she was looking muscular when she came back from the gym. I said she looked beefy, which she took issue with and got offended. I tried to explain that it meant muscular, like swole, but she said I'm trying to make her feel better. In her mind, beefy means fat. I think I made her insecure. She's cool now, but she'll bring it up sometimes, so I think I hurt her feelings. Am I the asshole?
No.
Yeah, no, definitely not.
I think you're dumb for choosing your words wrong, but you're not a dick. Your intentions were clearly good. Just apologize. Be like, I'm sorry. That's not what I meant. And then move on. You got it. It's okay, bud.
So I mainly picked this one because I wanted to ask you guys. Is just how you think of the word beefy? Because I've always thought of it as like muscular. Like, is it like a somewhat negative term?
I mean, in some cases it could be. I am reading a comment that says you don't ever in any way refer to your wife as anything to do with cows. Just know. All I'm saying is I've seen a lot of girls in cow bikinis, all right? And listen, like, okay, mommy milkers, that's kind of cows. That's kind of going towards the cow shit. I'm just saying, like, to be fair, this is a 36-year-old guy and a 31-year-old woman, so maybe they're not in the demographic that would use that.
I think this is like an age thing because, like, I've never seen the like term beefy be used in like a really negative way. It's usually just like, man, you're looking like swole. You're looking strong. That's what I think of when I see beefy.
I mean, beefcake is like a word to describe a guy who's super muscular, right?
Yeah. So like I think intuitively I wouldn't use it with a woman because like I don't think my brain would go there, but like I didn't think of it as being like a negative thing.
Yeah, I think the guy just used a term that is gendered more towards male people, and she took it the wrong way, which is totally fine.
See, here's my am I the asshole question, right? So like a friend of mine recently said that I look like a car salesman, and I took it as an insult.
That's an insult.
That is an insult.
See, okay, so like I'm not crazy for thinking that. I literally said that. I was like, this sounds offensive, and then she goes, "Oh no, like that it wasn't meant to be offensive."
Yeah, Loki's
like,
an asshole.
Call someone out? Okay.
Yeah.
Bro, it's so easy because the only friend that consistently bullies you is just Lofi, okay? Like,
it wasn't her, actually. It
wasn't?
her.
Oh, man! I thought I nailed it! Fuck!
No.
Am I the asshole for giving away my son's favorite toy?
Yes. No, we don't even need to read this. Fuck her. Fuck you. Sorry, you could be a man, but I am convinced. Oh, it is a guy. Oh, the husband did it. Sorry, I have trauma.
Okay.
I have trauma. We don't need to.
Okay. My son is 5, almost 6. December, baby. Why is that relevant? Okay, if you're a father, please type things correctly. His still plays with a few of the toys he's had since he was 3. Specifically, a toy lawnmower and shopping cart. It was cute when he little. Bro, you're a father.
English
You're a
is
terrible
not their first
example.
language, okay?
Dude, it is. Okay, the amount of shit I've seen written wrong on Reddit is every Reddit user just not an English speaker? Like,
yes, actually.
Then what are they?
Yeah, they speak it, but it's not their first language.
If this wasn't someone's first language, I think they'd be typing it better.
I absolutely disagree.
Really?
This sounds like, yeah, I feel like most of the people who I talk to where English isn't their first language, this is how they type.
Bro, the people who don't speak English in their first language, they always open their posts with pardon my English, and then it's the most well-written fucking post I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, that's why I assume they're just native speakers.
I take it all back. I think that Brandon was right. The American education system has failed us all.
It was cute when he little, but now that he's getting older, it's a bit weird. And he's still pushing around the mower or packing his shopping cart with fake dishes and food to have a dinner for his stuffed animals. What do you mean, dude? This kid just living his life. This is fucked up already. Like, my sister was visiting recently with her 2 kids. She has a daughter who's 2 and a son who is 7. I asked my son if her daughter could play with his mower and cart, and he said yes. He ended up playing with more age-appropriate toys and games with his other cousin. As they were leaving, I told my sister my niece could keep the toys. She asked if I was sure, and I said yes, as I took my son's behavior as a sign he was moving on. Big mistake. He went looking for his mower and cart. I had to tell him that I gave him away. He instantly cried and has been crying since. Man, dude. He's also mad at me and tells me my wife hates daddy.
Bro.
Oh,
there's so much wrong with this post.
Oh my god.
This kid is on his Joker
I'm
arc, dude.
gonna let you finish it, but I have so much to say about this shit.
And my wife is right there with him. She's livid and has demanded I get his toys back. Yeah, no shit, dude. I'm not going to get the toys back. Excuse me. Yes, you are.
Okay, whoa.
Yes, you are, bro. I'm in this kid's court. But I did explain the situation to my sister, and she has offered to buy him an outdoor playhouse for his birthday, which I think is a fantastic compromise. My wife is still mad, though. Yeah, duh. And I'm forced to sleep on the couch unless I get the toys. Am I the asshole?
All right.
Okay.
It's very straight. First of all, saying he's getting older and it's a bit weird. You think your son's fucking gay, don't you? You piece of shit.
Jesus,
and that's not okay with you.
Whoa, the trauma is
like okay, but really, first of all, it is wild. It is wild to say it's weird that he's still pushing around a mower and whatever. He's a fucking kid. All right, kids do whatever they want. These are clearly his favorite toys. Let him play with them.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm like pretty sure this kid hasn't even hit consciousness yet.
Second, it took like what, a day for you to be like, oh, he likes older kid toys now. Okay, when he's clearly been playing with these two toys for like years at this point. Took one afternoon for the kid to be like, yeah, I'm done with these.
He's had them since he was 3.
The mother in this situation probably raised her son to share and gave him good qualities, unlike you, who has taught him that the world is cruel and harsh and you hate your kid and nobody loves you. Clearly.
Yeah, dude, like you should have like at least
also,
asked him.
You're sleeping on the fucking couch because your wife said get the toys back and you said, nah, I'm not going to. Like, of course you douchebag. It's so simple to just get the toys back, but you decided to take the hard option, which is saying, no, I'm not going to do it.
What's funny is the sister is like, no, you can't have them back.
Yeah.
No, that's not what happened. He just said he's not going to get them back. So he probably just told his sister, I don't want them back. And then she was like, okay. I think he's just being very adamant about, I think he's just being very adamant about not taking them back. The sister probably was just like, because if the sister's offering to buy him an outdoor playhouse, she clearly probably has already said like, I can just give them back. It's not an issue. And he was just like, no. No, you're just a douchebag who's set in your own fucking ways and you don't realize that there's other people in this world. God damn it.
I was like there. I was like on his side for like the entire post until he literally said, I'm not going to get the toys back. It's like, bro.
Yeah,
like,
how were you on his side though? How?
It was fine.
I wasn't on his side as soon as he said it's weird that he's still playing with these toys.
I wasn't on his side when he called him a December baby. I think it's weird.
I just thought it was fine. And then he is an asshole.
No, again, it's just the wording. When you hit it with it's a bit weird that my son is still playing with toys that he's had since he's been a baby is like wild.
This could have been salvageable if they were like, so I got the toys back. Am I the asshole? Like if they ultimately decided to do the right thing, I'd say that's just character growth. But it's like the fact that they double down super hard. It's like really weird.
Yeah.
My 40-year-old female, being the poster, son, 16 male, bought a Nintendo game worth $100. Since he has a teen account, I could see all his purchases, and I got mad that he spent that much money on a video game. I told him he needed to refund it because it's a waste of money, but he told me Nintendo doesn't have a return policy, which I think is a lie, which by the way is not a lie. You could have just Googled that later.
Yeah.
I told him it was stupid to spend money on stuff like that, and he needs to ask me before buying things from now on. It depends on whose money it is, but he thinks it doesn't matter what he spends money on since it's his money from work. Yeah, it's his money.
There it is. It's his money.
I didn't push him this time, but I told him the next time I will. My son is mad at me for being controlling, but I don't think I am. Am I the asshole here? Yes, you absolutely are controlling.
Yeah, you are.
There is no saving grace here. You are controlling. You are the asshole here, bro. You went to Reddit for them to tell you you're not controlling. You are controlling. Like, what do you fucking mean? You have the account set up so you can see his goddamn purchases. What do you mean you're not controlling? Now, don't get me wrong. I think it's important to like watch over kids when they're younger, especially with the internet. But like the kid's 16. I think he could spend his own fucking money.
The kid's 16, and end of the day, he could spend his money on whatever he wants to spend his money on. It's his money.
It's his money from work. Now, if you think it's a waste of money, that's cool. You should teach him like financial education so he doesn't spend his money on stupid shit. But I'm going to take a guess here. I think this person probably goes to the casino over the weekends. But like, that's just my take.
I don't. She's just the asshole. That's all it is.
Yeah, no, she definitely is the asshole in this situation.
This is the
his
easiest
money.
one.
He spent it on what he wanted. He didn't spend it on fucking something that was bad. Like,
I was gonna say, like, I understand if like you don't want your kids like playing video games and stuff. Maybe talk to them about that. Maybe tell them, hey, maybe you can try like outdoor activities or something.
Yeah.
But like, it's not a bad thing in retrospect.
Yeah, your kid could have bought meth with that money, dude. You should be grateful. Okay.
exactly.
All right, that's the end of the video. Like and subscribe. Click the entrance now. Bye.
Bye.